Hey, this is Eli with Transworld in Spartanburg, South Carolina. And I was thinking about something that happened some time ago. There was, when we are prospecting, we put drop letters on people's business doors. Some people don't know what it is and throw it away. Some people read it. Some people call. Some people don't like it. It's, what we do. We've been doing it for over 40 years, putting drop letters on people's doors. And I got a call from a guy one time, a gentleman in Spartanburg County. And he called me and said, I'm not really interested in selling. And on our drop letter, it also mentions that we can help you find out what the business might be worth. And he said in his voicemail, by the way, if I wanted to know what my business is worth, I'd be telling you what it's worth. You don't tell me what it's worth. I thought to myself, interesting. Okay. Based on what? Based on how much you feel like it's worth? Based on the fact that you've put a lot of work into it? Based on the fact that you just have a number in mind that you think is a good number? Based on what? Because a lot of times when we talk with sellers, there's either an expectation or just a desire, frankly, to have a certain number. And a lot of times that number is not really based on data. It's not really based on anything concrete. It is sort of either a best guess, B, whatever they feel like it's worth, or C, what they actually need to pay off some debt that they have or whatever it might be. So that is a lot of times the question for a business valuation. What's it based on? And the reason that question is important is because when a buyer comes to the table, they're going to ask us, hey, it happens all the time. Hey, that number that the seller's asking, like, where did that number come from? Based on what valuation method, or, what data are they pulling to support that price? And if it's a number that the seller just came up with as what they want, it's very hard to defend that price. What do you end up just saying? Well, that's just what they want. Yeah, maybe we just say that. But the problem is that for most buyers isn't going to cut it. That for most buyers are going to go, okay, well, I don't think that's what the business is worth. Then we tell them, okay, well, whatever you think it's worth, let's make an offer. Put it together in front of them, see what they say. But, when the asking price is significantly different, you could say, than what the business is actually worth, a lot of buyers don't even make an offer. They end up walking away, is what happens. And so it's important for people to understand when we're putting a business on the market, we want to go to market with a price that is a reasonable price based on what the market is showing us today and in the recent past. Market comparables, different methods of valuing a business are available to us as brokers. And, we can really help you find a price that is a competitive asking price that will not leave money on the table. So it won't be so low it leaves money on the table, but it also won't be so high that nobody calls or nobody makes an offer. You want to actually sell your business, you got to go to business with a realistic asking price, a competitive asking price. Because there's a lot of businesses for sale and a very high volume of businesses that are for sale do not sell. And most of the time it's because the price is too high. It's just reality. That's what we see as brokers. So, something to think about. when you value a business, the number that you go to market with needs to be based on data. Data that is industry understood. It is comparable data for other businesses that have sold in the market. And typically that can be represented as a percentage of the total revenue, depending on the industry, depending on the size, depending on a few factors. Or sometimes it's a multiple of the seller's discretionary earnings or the EBITDA, if it's a larger business in some cases. So things to think about. You want to go to market with a fair market value. So this is Eli with Transworld, 864-527-5995, etatem@tworld.com. Thanks again. See ya.